Hello everyone and welcome to my new tutorial video presentation on Kraken, where I would like to talk about a take profit and take profit limit, two functions that the exchange is offering, which needs to be explained in details because there is an importance behind. So this is exactly the opposite on how does the stop loss works along the way with the stop loss limit. I do have videos about that one as well. Make sure to check that on my channel. The take profit is aiming to sell your position when you're sitting in a profit at a price you decide, or you don't want to decide the price, but you want to make sure your order will be sold 100%. And let me give you the example. The take profit will take the best price of the order book when you decide the trigger price, which means I have right now BTC, and in order to execute a take profit, you need to take profit out of something. You need to have that something. I got into a 10% BTC position here, and I'd like to tell you that it is $37,000 right now on the BTC price. What if I want to sell it at 55 grand, because that's where I want to take profit? Simple. I'm going to trigger at 55 grand on simple take profit, be on the sell position. I'm on the spot market because this has been done on the spot market, but you can do it on the margin. You can do it on the derivatives and futures as well. Perpetual contracts, no issue. It functions the same way with the same principles. So 55 grand is the trigger price. I'm going to select here 100% of what do I have. I want to close it out, which means that without any doubt, when the price of 55 grand is going to be hit, I am going to get the best price from the order book that is existent, which means that someone looking for, buying my BTCs will get it from me at 55 grand, right? Simple, very, very simple. I'm willing to sell it. So someone who's willing to buy it, the very first person is going to get it from the order book, and that will be the very first price, the best price existing on the market at that time, which is how it works with a take profit. So what it does, it actually executes a market order automatically at the price I decide, which is set by the trigger price. This is what it is. When I do take profit limit, it's different because I have a trigger price and I have something else as well, a limit price. Now, what that works, it's different. The trigger price will only execute my limit price to be on the order book, and I will have to wait for the market to go into my price that I requested on the limit to be completed. So I have to set a higher price than the trigger price. That's how it works, because it triggers my limit order on the order book, and I will have to wait for it to be completed. This is the way it is when you do take profit limit, and I'm sure you got the logic behind the differences. When I did simple take profit, I had no opportunity to select the price. It was the triggering price. That's different, guys. It's different because the markets could have a crash or a pump. And when you are in a crash in a pump, the price section every single second is going parabolic. It's going big time. So you might have a trigger of 55 grand. And if the market pumps, your order might get filled at 55 grand and $70. Because this is what the exchange have found the best price for you. And this is what was on the order book when your triggering was executed. You need to understand that there is lagging, there is delays, and there is crazy movements, swings out there on the crypto space sometimes, which is why there is differences between the price you trigger and the price might get executed. Little differences, of course. Most of the time, like 99% of the situations, there's no difference. But there is extreme situation where there is a little difference. Now, when it comes down to the limit order, what if I put 55 grand on trigger, 55 100 on limit? So when my 55 grand is going to be touched, my 55 100 is going to be put into the order book. But the price is not going to 55 100. It's going only till 55 80s. My order is still right there at 100s. What's happening? And then after 80s, it decides to come back to 35 grand per BTC. Have I got my order completed? The answer is no, because the limit price has not been touched, which is why it's dangerous to go like this. You might not get your price touched on the order book, and then that's it. But you would say, what if I set 55, 0.10, 55, $10? What if I go around that? Well, then your limit order and the price section might be past your limit order, because it takes, 1 millisecond or 2 milliseconds or so for your limit order to be added on the order book. And the price section might went past that. So the price is still going higher and higher. Of course, you would say, that's fine. I'm happy about that. I'll make more money at the end of the day. If it has not been triggered and it still goes higher, I make more money at the end of the day. But when it comes down to the margin trading or futures trading derivatives, you might get liquidated if you're on the wrong side. So when I talk about spot is different, risks are lower, but still your order when you say take profit limit or stop loss limit might not get executed in extreme situations, might not get executed, or if you play around with the wrong numbers, might not get executed as well. So you need to know what are you doing in order to use, whether we're talking about stop loss limit or take profit limit. If you don't know what are you doing, use simple stop loss and take profit. Because then you decide the trigger price, and that is 100% it will take from a market order, from the order book. 100% it will be executed. If not, if you don't know how to set it up, you might end up not having your position executed, and you could be upset by blaming the exchange or so. And it's not the case, guys. This is the reality. What's the difference and why people go sometimes with a stop loss limit or take profit limit? It's because you pay less fees. This is why. Now, the difference in fees is minor. And I'm telling you, depends the value you're trading, of course, but most of the time it's minor. And if you don't know how to work it around, that minor fees simply are just, costs of execution of the business that you're doing. Go for safety and security most of the time. And don't think about another $2 that you paid in fees when it comes down to hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands that you profited. Think about like that. Safety and security for something that you would like to close as a trade is much more important most of the time than the $2 that you missed because you were not tweaking it around and hoping to scrap another dollar out of the trade. You will have many other opportunities to trade correctly and many other opportunities for growth. Look at this as priority for safety when we talk about stop losses and take profits. If you know how to use the limits, go with the limits. But you need to know how to use the limits. Beautiful. That's pretty much all about this video presentation. Hope it explains you well. Share with me your comments in the comments area, your thoughts, if you have any questions on the topic. As well, for those of you that would like to be serious about the business of trading, we have a one-on-one coaching directly with me. Between 4 to 6 weeks, I'll take you by hand on live conversations and transform you into a trader. This is something I do out of passion. We have limited monthly spots. Register now for more details. Check around our page for more information and have a good time on the topic. Remember, by investing in your education, you are actually investing in performance. The actions that you're doing are generating certain results. Now you need to work on the source of your actions in order to have better results, which is your skills and your mind, right there, your knowledge. Have a good time, folks. Check around the page. Everything is in the description area and comments area in terms of what other things we do. And enjoy. We have a lot of the tutorials on Pro Kraken and many other exchanges. Simply Scrembo here. It's been nice. And we'll talk to you soon.